Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee on Couchbase. I'm here with a very special guest. His name is Brian. He is the youngest of the stars of the show. I met Brian at the 2015 Hack Gen Y event. So, Brian, do you mind taking some time and introducing yourself and what you and your team built?
Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm a sophomore at Lubbock High School in San Jose, California, and I am an iOS developer. At Hacking Generation Y Hackathon, my team and I we built an app called OnTime. OnTime is a locational-based reminder system that helps you stay on time all the time. So let's say you have a party at 9 a.m. You have no idea how to get there or how long it takes with traffic to get there. You can simply put in the address of the party into the app, and the app will calculate how long it takes to get there and remind you 5 minutes before so you can be there on time. Another feature of the app is called a GPS reminding system. So let's say you want to buy groceries at Safeway today. You might forget. So as you're driving, when you get close to a 1 mile distance between Safeway and your car, the app will tell you, it will remind you to buy, oh, you got to buy this today, and it will give you a list of groceries to buy. So that's a brief overview on how our app works.
That sounds very useful, something myself and anyone that does groceries can definitely use. Curious if you have a demo maybe you can showcase to the crowd here?
Sure. Here, another feature of OnTime is that we sync data across web, iOS, and Android. So here's our web app, and here's our iOS simulator screen. So as you can see, nothing is on the web app right now or the iOS device because we haven't entered anything yet. So let's start by adding some entries. Let's say I want to buy tomatoes today. And now we can move on to choose a location at Safeway. And the city, let's do San Jose. And we press search. A list of Safeways will come up. And we can simply choose whichever Safeway we want to go to today. So we click on this one. And here's a place that we can set a rough time of when we want to go there. Let's say I want to go at 12 p.m. And now we can move on to choosing the reminder type. Allocation is basically the app will remind you when you get within a 1 mile distance between Safeway, to Safeway, and it will just remind you, it'll give you a list of groceries to buy. And a certain time will remind you at this time. And advanced travel time will calculate how long it takes to get to Safeway and remind you 5 minutes before so you can be on time. So now let's save this entry and head on over to our web app and refresh our web app. Cool. You see, buy tomatoes appears right here, and there's the date right here. So as I mentioned before, the app also syncs data onto an actual physical device. So let's head on over to my iPhone. As you can see, buy tomato appears on there at 12 p.m. And when we click into there, everything we enter on the simulator appears on the iPhone. So that's a quick demo of how our app works.
That's cool. So you basically created one entry on the simulator, and it got populated across both your web app, to other iOS devices like your physical iPhone, and also to other platforms like Android. So that's really neat. I love to hear how you guys use Couchbase inside your app to get that kind of like experience working.
Okay, so the main feature from Couchbase that we used was syncing data across devices, including web, iOS, and Android. It was actually really easy to implement at the hackathon. It only took us a couple hours. It took us under 5 hours to actually got everything working. And everything was syncing within seconds. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, I love to see how all this comes together. Is it possible to maybe walk us through some of the code implementation that you guys did for all the features?
Sure. Let's head on over to Xcode. So here we are in add_items_view.m class. And here's the code that gets called when a user presses save. The first action that happens is we call the class called reminder, and we're passing in some information. We're passing in the reminder input, location display name, location longitude, location latitude, reminder date, reminder type, and the creation date of the entry, just for reference. So now let's head on over to the actual reminder class. So here we have a method taking all the information that I mentioned before that gets passed in. Here's the actual code that converts everything passed in into Couchbase data. And here this line just tells us what's being saved and for us to verify the information. Now let's go to app delegate. Here's our actual syncing code with Couchbase that syncs our local database with Couchbase. Here's the replication code that replicates our database on the Couchbase server down to the local level. So everything is up to date. Now let's head on over to the main reminder view. The UI table view cell code that converts everything from Couchbase into an actual UI table view that the user can interact with. They can modify or add new entries with it. So that's the code of how we use Couchbase in our app OnTime.
That doesn't seem like a lot of code at all. That's pretty awesome. Any feedback and comments on the experience and using Couchbase, and any comments for anyone that's new coming in and exploring some of the technologies that's available and how to sync data across mobile devices? Any recommendations there and what to use?
I would definitely recommend Couchbase to everyone who's new to NoSQL or simply just data syncing. Prior to using Couchbase and entering the hackathon, I had no experience with SQL or web syncing, and it was my first ever hackathon too. But when we look at the Couchbase tutorial, it was really thorough. We followed step by step, and we were able to get everything working within hours. So that was really cool of Couchbase. They have a really good documentation on how to use everything. And they have a really good support page and support team. So that's why I would definitely recommend Couchbase to everyone.
Cool. Any goals with OnTime and any projects in store and Couchbase in the future for you guys?
Okay, so the goal for OnTime is we want to publish this and release this to the public by April 2015. And we'll definitely be using the service that Couchbase provides. And as for my future products, I'll definitely be using Couchbase for any reminder system or just simply syncing data across web or iOS or Android, because it's just so easy to use.
That's cool. Thanks for your time. But any last words or comments before we leave off here?
I would like to give a shout out to my team members, Mahir Pandya, Ragastri Ram, and Harsh Jain. Without them, this could have never been possible. They made my dream come true, and we're a really great team.
Cool. That's awesome to hear. Thank you again, Brian, and for viewers out there, thank you for joining us for Coffee on Couchbase, and catch you guys next time. Cheers.